guys, welcome back to Voracious Living. Today's video is called The Trusting Process. Well, Happy New Year. It is officially 2021 and I don't know about you, but I cannot wait to see all the things that God is going to do. 2020 has been a very interesting year, which I think we all know, since for the most part, the interesting portions we all mutually experienced. Oddly enough, the toughest part for me personally, like just on a personal level here, actually has been the month of December. So I recently celebrated my 18th birthday, but the moment I turned 18, all the stuff that I had been concealing and hiding and compressing kind of just decided to come out. Like, for instance, I found out I had a complete and total fear of the word adult, future, and trust. 3 amigos. And so on my birthday, it hit me like a bag of rocks. I realized I'm gonna have to make decisions about my future soon. I am totally the type of person whose dreams and ideals change like the weather. They just change pretty much every year. I have something else that I really like or something I no longer like. And this has made decision making really, really hard for me in the past and in the current. So this month specifically, I found myself putting a lot of pressure on myself and a lot of false expectations on me. I ended up feeling like I was a failure and like I wasn't doing enough. That's kind of the background of what was going on inside at the beginning of this month. It made me really anxious and it was not a good time for me. I just really want to tell all of you kind of what God revealed to me through this month. Life isn't always easy, but God always gives you the correct tools that you need for the season you're in, if that makes sense. So one of the things that I've learned is that it is okay to feel a sense of responsibility for yourself and responsibility for your actions. I think that's actually very wise, as long as they don't come from a place of fear and anxiety, because those are not the correct motives to be making your decisions. So making decisions from a place of responsibility, but not of fear and anxiety. Whenever I feel anxious about a choice I have to make, I take a second and I decide what decision I have to make now and what decision I can worry about later. Some decisions you can wait to decide upon. I can't speak today. I have also realized this month that the enemy likes to make us feel like we are not doing enough and then shame us for it. Recently I've been very busy and if anything, I should have felt like I needed to drop a few things. I was packing a lot in. Even through all of that, I still felt like I wasn't doing enough and I felt like a failure. So just a side note, if you are doing a lot of things and still feel like you're not doing enough, you might be believing a lie from the enemy because you've been doing plenty. Trusting God can be one of the very hardest things that you can do, but it is also one of the most important decisions that you can make for yourself. Peace is oftentimes a choice you make in your heart and in your spirit, where you decide that even when you're anxious, you've already pre-chosen something else. To be honest with you, I still do not have this whole take it one day at a time thing completely down. Who knows if I ever will. Life is a journey and I can't tell you what's gonna happen. However, what I do know is that my life is gonna be so good because God is really good. He loves me, and as long as I'm listening to His voice and His truth over my life, it's gonna be good, even if it goes a completely different direction than I thought it would. Yes, there may be days where I will feel worried and stressed, but I'm not gonna let it inhibit the good life that God has before me right now, even if I'm not as pulled together as I thought it would be, which is very true. So, take your time. It is okay not to have everything figured out. Sometimes you just need to hear that. I know I definitely need to hear it. I've told myself that a million times, but it never works the same way as when other people tell me. So take your time. It is okay not to have everything figured out. And sometimes your planning for your life is a lot different than God's planning in His timing. Sometimes where you thought you were gonna be isn't actually where you're supposed to be. And that's okay. It's honestly just part of the journey. Just remember that God will not fail you and that His schedule for your life is going to be different than His schedule for other people's lives. So just push all the expectations aside. Don't compare your life to somebody else's and it doesn't end up well. It's not pretty. Don't do it. Just focus on the now. Focus on what God has before you, and everything's gonna fall into place. That doesn't mean that God's gonna make the decisions for you. You do have to make the decisions. That's part of responsibility. But it's gonna be a really good thing, and just enjoy where you're at right now. So all throughout 2021, I am going to choose peace instead of anxiety, and I would just encourage you to do the same. That is a really, really hard thing to do, but it comes from this place knowing full well that God's not gonna let you down. Even when things are really freaky, even when you don't have all the decisions made, or even if you made a decision that's terrifying you, because change is scary. But just trusting God that He is gonna be the source of all your joy, all your peace, and all your strength, because you can't muster it up yourself. It's a great place to be, honestly. Just, yeah. Let's choose to be excited about the future rather than stressed and anxious and all the not fun stuff. Like, choose peace. You can absolutely choose it. It is a choice you make in your heart, even when you feel anxious, and God's gonna give it to you. He doesn't fail. He literally doesn't fail. He's never left me hanging once. He won't leave you hanging once. Not gonna happen. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it spoke to you in any way, shape, or form. I don't know why I keep using my hands so much. It's so weird, but you know. I would just encourage you to subscribe to my website and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please feel free to leave a comment on either sites. I would love to hear from you. So if you have any questions, you can reach me through DMs on social media. I have Facebook and I have an Instagram. So anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful day and Happy New Year.